Yeah. Word. Let's work. Work.
Listen.
I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work.
I'm about my father business. You all in your feelings. I got this truth, I feel you in like I am a witness. I just try to live right, and they label me a menace. Feel my presence in the room, chemistry like the fitness. They be thinking that I'm finished, I'm on to the next mission. I'm gon' keep working, and they ain't paying no attention. I'm the teacher, you the pet, how I get detention. I'm the one that hardly shows up in they mention, but a higher gave me a raise. I'm bossed up and I'm winning. They be mad at the gold and the drip from my linen. They lying on my name, talking about I'm willfully sinning. I'm just over here working, trying to feed these 4 children.
I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work.
Them demons lurking, so I put that work in. I flee the serpent, and it's always working. Unless it's not then you know I'm repenting. I keep on going, even when I'm at my wits' end. Praying, fasting, so them demons can't get back in. Patience, virtue, so I get it off the back end. I'm trying to tap in, coach, put me back in. Overtime, that's what I put in. Money's the defense, bills, Cosby to put in. I'm in my own lane, carpool, they don't want to get in. They say they a friend, ooh, they truly pretend. They distance themselves from me so they can't see what I put in.
TBT Radio Live.
Never go back to the old me again. Some people never change, so they show me again. Can't keep a stable job, blowing all in the wind. He hasn't forsaken me because he's calling again.
Work. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. 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 Work.
Oh boy, COE just missed another one.
Y'all should be able to hear us loud and clear out there. Yes, peace and blessings, family. How y'all doing? Praise the Most High. We in this thing. We're your host, Akchop,
And your brother Aksham.
here at TBT Radio Live. So we're gonna go ahead and while we at it, give me a second here.
Shalom, Auntie. Is you at work or you heading to work?
Praises. We gonna get that fair use disclaimer up in here real quick. Yeah, making sure that they know what we about in here. We ain't using nothing but for nothing that y'all think and all that other good stuff. We gonna get that out of here real quick. Yeah.
Come on, and if you haven't already, share this thing, like, kind of help out with the algorithm. Like, we always want to give y'all credit because it goes unheard or unspoken on a lot of times with entertainers and things like that. But we're just your hosts today and your fellow brethren. But appreciate y'all always and forever. So continue to build this thing.
All right, so we about to go ahead and get into that good old young mission statement here. We at TBT Radio Live podcast and radio station aim to embrace those who are making positive movements that will take our people and all people in the right direction in all areas of life by way of entertainment, arts, spirituality, and overall entrepreneurship mindset. So that's what we here about.
That's what
Yeah,
we
TBT.
on.
Yeah,
So-
TBT Radio.
So tonight we're going to be dealing with the more of the entertainment side of it. Gonna touch on a good topic, I think. As you see the title, it says, "What type of music do you like?" We encourage everyone to call in. This is another one of those topics that is inclusive to everyone. All your fellow friends and family, especially those that at least subscribe to the faith of Christ, whether they are operating in full examples of that faith or not. Ask them to come through and give their take on this topic. You see what I'm saying? It's a great topic, and it's from the research, or the tidbit that we did go into. It is a topic or question that's floating amongst the believers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what type of music do you like? So that call-in number is in the chat now. Feel free to call in. So let's go with the angle. So it says, what music do you like? As followers of Christ or believers, right? We understand that there is a cleansing process, especially after baptism, right? Which involves the shedding period of the things we used to do. So with that being said, does that mean that we have to have a strict musical taste? And like I said, I got an article. That's what we're gonna go into. And like I said, it's open. This is a question and something that believers or ones that's believe that they need to change their life for the better, believe, and trying to get an understanding on, like, do I have to, now put away all of my goodies and my oldies and my the music that I love and grew up on and things like that. Let's have that discussion and let the truth be told about it, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what say y'all? What say y'all? So we're going to pull up this article, get some points, and like I stated, feel free to call in at 646-568-7788, and you have the ID number there as well. So, are you going to show it or not?
Yeah. So what we want y'all to do, we want y'all to start in the chat, dropping down some of y'all genres and likes of music that y'all like, even artists that y'all listen to, whether it may be truth or not. Just drop them down in there.
Yeah, and we would love to hear your experience, coming into your faith, and especially this newfound faith where we, I know a lot of us has expressed it, and some of the testimonies of those that have came through have stated, man, you come in thinking everything is of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your experience? Did you throw your whole musical catalog away? What's the kick?
Oh, we got some jazz in the building.
All right, so we're gonna come to some of you all's comments here after this article, right?
All right,
Let's go down, son. Up. See what we at.
Let's get you zoomed in some. Up.
Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, this article says, should a Christian listen to secular music? And I just want to state this. It stemmed from our broadcast and our interview last week. Shout out to the Octavodar. If you listening in, man, come on in and tell us, give us your spiel. Because I know we were about to dive into a whole nother broadcast the other week. So now it's open. And we're speaking about the different sectors of music, right? So it says, should a Christian listen to secular music? Let's get their opinion. The answer is many Christians struggle with this question. Many secular musicians are immensely talented. Secular music can be very entertaining. And we can all agree that. And that's why we're going to keep on talking about music and, this gift. And we got a lot of topics. Some controversial, some not. That, we're just opening up the floor, right? As your brother.
On the humble. On the humble.
Right. But in these times, we know we need that relief sometime, right? So it says we're a type of people that love to be entertained. So it says music is very entertaining. We can all agree. There are many secular songs that have catchy melodies, thoughtful insight, and positive messages. In determining whether or not to listen to secular music, there are 3 primary factors to consider, right? So these are their things to consider. All right? The purpose of the music, the style of music, the content of the lyrics. Let's scroll down. Right there. The purpose of music is music designed solely for worship, or did God also intend music to be soothing or entertaining? The most famous musician in the Bible is who? King David. We all know that, right?
Right.
Primarily used music for the purpose of worshiping God. They dropped some precepts in there. However, when King Saul was tormented by evil spirits, he could call on David to play the harp in order to soothe him. Right? So we getting some, because like even with, the genres that we grew up on, but even we want to speak towards, if we have any artists that's in the chat or in the audience, call in as well. We want to speak about within the truth music arena, for lack of words, right? We have a genre within that. Different genres, different types, different angles in which brothers and sisters deliver their gifts to the listeners. All of it ain't going to be just, worship, right? Because like it pointed out King David, but here is a category of music where you need music that soothes the soul, or that can give you that relaxation. And that's another thing I wanted to point out. Well, I don't want to get too far, but I'm going to speak on it while it's on my mind, that this how powerful music can be. It can ease spirits.
And we talked about that in the volume of music as well. Pretty much how those waves and good frequencies and stuff, move the blood around. If you might have some aggressive hi-hats or some aggressive low end on some drums, it can get you riled up and energetic. Not riled up at least, but energetic. But outside of that, it does something for you. Like even when I work, like I listen to neo soul. It helps me think. It helps me focus a whole lot more better.
And the scripture speaks on that. I think it's going to speak on it a little bit. It says, the Israelites also used musical instruments to warn of danger. Right?
The trumpet.
Yeah, and to surprise their enemies, judges. And they get the precepts.
Yeah.
And in the New Testament, the Apostle Paul instructs Christians to encourage one another with music. Speak to one another with psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs. So it's different elements of the music. It's not a one-trick pony. Right? I'm going to jump down. It says, the style of music. Sadly, the issue of music styles can be very decisive amongst Christians. There are Christians who adamantly Demand that no musical instruments be used. And you know that church is probably empty right now. But yeah, we're going to keep going. There are Christians who only desire to sing the old faithful hymns.
That's Southern right there. That's Southern Baptist.
But they having to get hip too.
Yeah.
Gotta catch the, and that's not catching away, but you know, I think it was a topic out there about the Christian pastors, you know, getting frustrated with losing members and losing like younger members. Like, so you got to give them something that they can catch hold to as well, and
Right.
keep them encouraged in the faith. Right.
Right. You don't have to dilute the water, dilute the juice too much.
All right. It says there are Christians who want more upbeat and contemporary music. There are Christians who claim to worship best in rock concerts or types of environments. Instead of recognizing these differences of personal preferences and cultural distinctions, some Christians declare their preferred style of music to be the only biblical one and declare all other forms of music to be unwholesome, ungodly, and even say satanic.
So, what say you? Cause I feel like, me personally, it sounds like a pigeonhole. It sounds, to me personally, it sounds like a pigeonhole. So what do you say? Because I don't want to go so far into it, we don't get the people a chance to get in. But I know.
Yeah, we're going to speak on some of y'all comments. And like I said, once again, call in. 'Cause y'all engaged. I don't think we have anybody lined up. We might have somebody calling in, but it's not planned. But y'all call in. So, but I know growing up and seeing some people being, per se, boxed in, even on the music. Now, some of the music you could understand back in those times why the parents was like, nah, you're not listening to that. But I've seen households where if it got a kick in it, soon the snares and kicks come out, they like, no, it's ungodly. Get that devil worshiping music out of my house.
They did that like on that what was that I think it was the Ray Charles movie. They was talking about the sound that he had started to bring forth was like, it was like a mixture of gospel and, you know, and jazz, and he kind of infused them together, and they called it devil music. I was like some of the music was very creative. Like it says, like they are very talented. It is like it's kind of hard with certain songs, especially like some of the older songs.
Right. Well, we're going to dive into it, right? We got some things, and this topic is open to all. Open to all. I see we got some brothers and sisters that's like, yeah, I be vibing on certain things, and we're going to touch on that in a second here. So it says, the Bible nowhere condemns any particular style of music. The Bible nowhere declares any particular musical instrument to be ungodly. Like some did when they hear a kick bass.
Right.
Right? And the Bible mentions numerous kinds of string instruments, wind instruments. All right? So that's the biblical perspective. Because I know, you know, some people are turned off from really submitting their life fully and being a representative of Christ because they think they got to let everything go.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a bland and dull feeling to just worship the Most High when actually, you know, certain aspects like the music part don't really get a big light on it, and it get pushed to the back. So of course, like, it would get pushed because like the first and foremost thing we do need to think about is like repentance, getting ourselves right, different things like that. But also it kind of need to be a good balance to where it's like we being shown how to righteously, you know, enjoy some of the same things that we enjoyed in the world.
All right, and hopefully we can, you know, discuss this particular topic tonight and get down to the bottom of it. Let the truth be told about it, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna jump down to the third point that they declared as the rule of thumbs up or down, whether you can listen to certain levels of music, being a follower of Christ. The content of the lyrics. Since neither the purpose of the music nor the style of music determines whether a Christian should listen to secular music, the content of the lyrics must be considered. While not specifically speaking of music, and he gives a reference, Philippians 4:8 is an excellent guide for musical lyrics, and we're going to go there, all right? Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is, they quote it, right? So I'm going to go there, right? So I'm going to jump down. It says, if we should be thinking about such things, surely those are the things we should invite into our minds through music and lyrics. Can the lyrics in secular music be true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, and praiseworthy? If so, then there is nothing wrong with a Christian listening to a secular song of that nature.
So, I really want to hear what everybody else has to say about this topic. So y'all go ahead, call in, because I know some of y'all. It says 100% of y'all is watching this from y'all cell phones. So yeah, you might have to move from your cell phone to the car so we can have this discussion and break this thing going down, because it's like, yeah, y'all gonna hear our perspective regardless. But the purpose is to hear everybody's perspective and hear everybody out. And it's not just a one-sided thing where it's just like, you're hearing just me, you're just hearing just Sean. We want to hear what y'all got to say, because like I said, it's not a one-sided thing. It's not a one-sided thing, because we got to grow. We got to grow.
Yeah. So, and if it is anybody that's, having a challenge with that, maybe this show can help them, or your testimony can help them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So call in. But yeah, those were some key points right there, I would say. I think they said go back up for me.
Okay.
You don't have to put it over. You can take
okay.
You can take it down on that. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, but just go up.
Okay.
All right here. So the three points that they say we should look for is the purpose of the music, the style of music, and the content of the lyrics. But it boiled down to be the content of the lyrics that they say is the determining factor, not the purpose, not the style. Now I would agree the purpose of the music should be factored in as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
So let's roll up and get some of the comments here.
Because it'll be just, if a music has no purpose, then it's strictly just vain. Then, if you're not purpose driven with your music.
Mm-hmm. So we got Sister Kim Wiggins says she love her some jazz.
Yes.
Old school hip hop and rap. Okay. Old school R&B that she grew up on. Of course, truth music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think I ever really just dived into the jazz, so if you got some good recommendations, sis.
Jazz is kind of like neo soul.
I would like to check it out.
It's kind of like neo soul. Neo soul kind of like on the like, you got different factions in neo soul. Like you got like kind of like the hip hop, and then you got the jazz sector. The jazz sector is real smooth. They got some little them runs, boy. Them runs.
Every time I think about jazz, I think about saxophone. So
yeah,
there's a lot of that in there, right?
Well, mostly, a lot of funky pianos, like sis Wigs. Come on, call in and kind of break it down, because I think I may be butchering it, on how jazz run to me. Like, I don't listen to a lot of jazz, but because I listen to neo soul, I understand the jazz just a little bit.
So neo soul is a spinoff of jazz.
Yeah.
All right.
Like it's like jazz and hip hop infused.
All right, so if she calls in, we'll talk to her more about it. So we got Hebrew Harris, if you're still in the building. It says chill. I guess it says chill hip hop. Chill hop. It's not chill hip hop.
Now it is chill hip hop, but it's chill hop. Like they done created their own wave. Chill hop then kind of created a brand new wave of lo-fi hip hop and neo soul music. They didn't took it to a whole nother level. Like, that's who I listen to. Like, I try to listen to, branch off and listen to others, but it don't work out for me. I just like them when it comes to the neo soul or the chill hip hop.
Mm-hmm. Only instrumental, so I guess those are instrumentals. And
Yeah.
it says in the Hebrew music, those words of the Most High. So I guess, truth music feeds his soul as he listens to truth music, okay? He continues. He says, through my catalog, he threw his catalog away from the worldly defiling music that promotes Satan and promotes one own achievement over the Most High.
Yeah, some of that boisterous music, like definitely, yeah, like a lot of that is like the content in it. It is you can hear the boisterousness in it, where it says me, 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 me. That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. I ain't gonna talk about that, but that's a whole nother show.
All right, so we got, I think there's one Nefasa. Hope I ain't messing your name up. It says, there are times I think I want to hear Red Man or something to get snatched right back into the light. Okay, the 90s was my time from reggae to pop to hip hop. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I heard a little Red Man here a little recently. He still got the juice. He just did a video. I didn't watch the whole video or listen to the whole song, called "The King of New York." I kind of think that's gonna be controversial with him and probably Jadakiss. He ain't worried about their affairs that much, but that's gonna be something there.
Okay. All right, scroll down.
All right.
So we got Tashaya Summers. I could be wrong. It says some jazz, some blues. Okay.
Okay, now we going down south now.
Old school R&B, rap, hip hop. Shut it all off in 2016 after coming to the truth. No more music till 2019. Then on truth music only. Okay, so she's truth music only.
Truth music only.
Okay, and like I said, hopefully we can get that balance tonight. All right.
Okay.
If it's okay, but if one is convicted to do that, make that choice, by all means, and we're gonna speak on it, scripturally. And she said, Jeremiah got it back in the game. Yeah, Ak is definitely he's bringing a good flavor, for the truth music, but yet still for those that love that gospel feel, like Fred Hammonds and things like that. He structures and puts his music together on that type of level. Shout out to Jeremiah if you're listening. You probably catch it later, but all praises. So we got William Burroughs. I pray I ain't mess you up.
We just gonna call him William, Mr. William.
Bro Will.
Yeah. Bro Will.
Yeah. But no, Mr., right? Like
Mr. Will. He said he had
at 50 years old.
Mr.
Right? At 50 years old, I still like my old school R&B. Mm-hmm. But the truth music, rap, and all is on another level. Teaching and jamming at the same time. Righteous music.
Praise to the Most High.
Let's give him an applause. And I want to say shout out. He may be listening. The song that y'all heard, shout out to, like I always call him, one of the most hardest working Hebrews in the music community, King Tazawar. That's the song you heard at the beginning of the broadcast. Work. He said he gonna work even if they don't want to work. He said he gonna put that work in.
Always working. That brother don't never stop working. You call him, I'll be like, what you doing? I keep like, nothing. Working. Working. Listen.
So, hey, King, if you listening, man, call in. As much truth music as you make, have you drawn the thin line between other secular music than truth music?
Mm-hmm.
Let it be known.
That's what it's hard.
Con.
Nigga could not got me back into rap music. I had thrown it all the way. Con definitely, like, I know when I first came to the truth, I was the same way. I had thrown everything away. I didn't want to listen to nothing no more. Like, I had a little MP3 player that I used to ride with on my bike going back to going to work. I was working at Popeye's Chicken then. I ride my 20-inch bike with my pegs and be gone. You can't tell me nothing. I'm in the middle of the road riding my bike, listening to straight trap music. Came to the truth. Man, I dang near broke my MP3 player. I called it all the way to Devil's Music. I think I stopped doing music for probably about I think it was like 3-6 months.
Somewhere up in there.
Somewhere around there.
Because it's good, to get yourself acclimated to the walk. And I think that's why a lot of us toss it to the fire when we come in. But is it wrong or is it right? Is it okay for us to still jam to some of the music that we grew up listening to? Should the truth music be boxed into a certain delivery style?
Mm-hmm.
All right? That and more when we come off this break. Y'all stick with us.
God. So we're gonna run these merchants real quick from our sponsors. The first one we got here is the Online Hebrews. For a second, just 1 second.
Oh boy. COE just blessed another one.
Let me talk to you for a minute. King Conversations. Listen. King Conversations. King Conversations. Holy complications. Enduring birth pains with complications. King Conversations. King Conversations. Holy complications. Enduring labor pains with complications.
of all kings. I gave my life to a higher, now look at the results. My enemy, my footstool, they kissing the asphalt. A donkey knows his owner, but that ain't the asphalt. We follow the Bible, that's not a man's call. We the children of light, and we add salt. We the real Jew, no itch, stop with the insults. We ain't bland, we came in with mad salt. You ain't feeling my words, cause you too hands off. It's only one doctrine, and you and your man's off.
King conversations. King conversations. Holy complications. Enduring birth pains with complications. King conversations. King conversations. Holy complications. Enduring labor pains with complications.
Eloquently put, we the children of the book. The kings is back, and it really got them shook. They ain't want us knowing nothing, so they kept us from our book. But we stiff-necked, so that's what we took. Pirate like, we the real Captain Hook. Cutting off our ligaments, brutal and belligerent. All because we the chosen, and we heaven sent. And going the opposite direction of where the devil went. Royal priesthood, actions benevolent. They try to dumb us down, but we highly intelligent. If it ain't a king conversation, then it's irrelevant. I ain't horn with other gods, and that way I'm celibate.
King conversations. King conversations. Holy complications. Enduring birth pains with complications. King conversations. King conversations. Holy complications. Enduring labor pains with complications.
All right, peace and blessings, family. We are back, and we have a new call in link. We're gonna use the link. Some reason things keep on changing on Zoom's behalf. We use the same one, same stuff all the time. Zoom is tripping. We good. Zoom tripping. That's who we blaming it on. Zoom. Say it with me together, y'all. Zoom tripping.
So if you tried to come in and had trouble, now that link should get you in there.
Right, should get you directly in there.
Yep, and we looking for y'all. So we're gonna run these commercials run these promo ads right quick, and then gonna dive back into the conversation. Make some announcements,
into
right?
this king conversation.
So first runner up when it comes to announcements. Get the info here, family. We have. What we gonna do first?
The gallery.
We have the True Hebrew Art Gallery. The gallery, right?
Yes, sir.
And what you can expect on this is the grand opening June 12th at 3 p.m. Sign up to display your art. Different categories include canvas, digital art, NFT, photography, unfinished art, children's art, performing arts, and more. Enter this link to display your items. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the links in the description, so you all can, if you got you got that artist hand or that stroke of the pen. Not just, like I said, there's many different strokes of the pen, and it ain't just rapping, or music. So all praises, teaming up with Sands of the Seas and making this happen, letting the community know it's more to it than just music. Because at one point, it was only thing that was showcased and displayed and encouraged was music. Now we have different avenues. So for all our artists, hey, get on that True Hebrew Art Gallery. June 12th. Let's get it. All right, next up, we have
Hebrew business.
The Hebrew Business Shopping Spree. Yeah. 10 plus Hebrew businesses present some holy hands products to the community. Get some of the best deals you will see, even before Tabernacles and Passover. These are sales that you will not see that often. You will only have 3 hours to purchase these products. If you are not there, you might not see the products again with these types of discounts. If you have questions for the Holy Hands workers, this would be the best time to ask. Tune in here at COEENT 12 and with your brothers at TBT Radio.
Kind.
So man,
So
big things. Wait up, we forgot the biggest one.
wait a minute.
Can't forget this one, right?
Wait a minute. You got moment of silence real quick. Yeah. So it's a big event about to get ready to go on. A big event about to get ready to go down. Sean, tell him I just don't have the words because I'm speechless about what's about to get ready to go down.
All right, go ahead and pull it up. So what we have coming up, we announced it a bit about it last week. We have a night of praise, a tribute to our beloved sister Bayan Gabar. All praises. So on August the 28th, mark this on your calendar, right? And what that is, Riverside, California, all right? There will be a major concert / tribute to our sister. It's going to be a big event. A lot of artists coming out. We will disclose them in the coming weeks. It's going to be a big event. You don't want to miss it. Lot of things you can do with this trip. You know, you can sightsee. If you haven't been to Cali, it'll be a great time for you to go there. And fellow. The thing is, you're going to be fellowshipping with family as well, though, and enjoying yourself, and helping bring to light or the vision of our sister before the Most High called her home. This was one of the things she wanted to do. One of the major things that she left as a will to a family, and they're looking to fulfill it. Along with us stating that they're coming through next week.
Yes, sir.
Right, to speak about this journey, her journey, their journey, and just everything that has to do with, you know, what Sis was doing, and her pursuit and pleasing the Most High through her talent, and you know, just what you know, what it's been like, you know, walking in this faith, and with the challenges of the ups and downs, you know. So man, you don't want to miss this event. Please mark it on your calendar, and you're going to get all the updates you need to know about here at TBT Radio and at our Facebook. If you're not tuned into, you know, linked in with us on Facebook, IG, make sure you do that. A Highest Table is sponsoring this event, so we're going to a lot of the information is going to be coming through their social media accounts as well. So just get ready for a grand event. The venue and all that, man, it is nice. I'm telling you, it's nice. Oh yes, it says many aren't just listening, they living it. That's right. And I said I don't want to go too much into it. We're going to dive into it next week's show. Everything that comes. I mean, it's a lot of testimonies that come with this event. So you want to be a part of this. I promise you do. Don't miss out. We're going to have the insight and information on how you can be a part of it. But right now, the main thing we need you to do is mark it on your calendar and prepare for it.
Let's get that. We're gonna run it right back up so everybody can see y'all beloved. So saying, know that it's gonna be a night of Psalms and Bayan Gabar tribute.
Right. So gonna be a lot of, you know, the material she left with us, along with some of your favorite artists there to support in the night of praise. All praise. So
all praise. So
hope to see you all there.
So
diving back into this topic, like I said, not a long drawn out one, unless somebody call in and have a lot to speak on about it. But I have noticed this in the community, and like we read the perspective of the Christian community, and I'm trying to hear you all's perspective, right?
Mhm.
So I'm going to read off. Uh, going to read off one of the precepts that they brought out.
What's going on?
So based off the Christian community, they said that these are the standards in which we can either listen to secular music or not. It has to fit these categories, right? So I'm gonna take my crown off. Okay.
We're getting a little hot.
It states. It said, this is Philippians 4:8. It says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. All right? So it says these are the categories we have to fit, whatever music, whatever song that you're willing to, that you're seeking and desiring to listen to, it should fit these categories. It should be true. So, you have some artists out there that, they have some good concepts and, I guess, inspiration towards things that are true in their music. So, is it safe to say we can listen to them? It says, whatsoever things are honest. That's up for each individual that's listening. Are they being honest? Now, we know in a lot of the rap secular music, man, I got this car, I got this amount of money, I'm balling like this. It's like,
Come to find out, a lot of that ain't honest. A lot of and they've already exposed that. They've already exposed that a lot of these trappers they rent the cars for the videos. Man, it was this meme. I speak on this real quick. It was this meme. There was it was a guy. He was broke, and he went to the studio, and he needed a beat, and the guy and the producer was like, "Okay, the beat is this much." The artist said, "Hey, I'm broke. I don't got no money. Can you look out on me?" And the producer was like, "All right, cool. Go ahead and hop in the booth." The first thing come out of his mouth, "I got money." And the producer like, "What? Hold on, wait. You can't go in there and say that."
You just told me you was broke,
Right.
right?
Same with the one who was the dude with a tattoo. He was going in the tattoo shop to get a tattoo. Tattoo dude said it was gonna be such and such. He said, "Ooh, I ain't got that much, but can I get a deal?" But the tattoo that he wanted is a big old dollar signs.
Why? So it's easy to identify, and like I said, it's not to condemn them. It's just okay. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with this scripture, but it said these are the things we meditate and praise on, and think on, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm just making light.
No, you solid. No, I'm just saying, like,
Solid.
just want to make sure, and it's in the sense of not condemning anyone. The only reason why I'm bringing this out is that, okay, now all of us have to look at it. And this is what I received through, looking into this topic. Like, okay, maybe we should consider this. And because no one can tell anybody what to do. All right? Everyone has that choice. But the truth is being told about it. Like, now you have some points to go to be like, okay, I should consider this when I'm listening to this or that. And when we go through the scriptures, you'll see, like, so it says just, pure, lovely. And like, even with the honesty thing, right? Even with us in the truth music, we have to be honest. Are we being honest?
Being double-minded. Being hypocritical in our music.
Like one of the people said, they said, not everybody is just. No, I think she was saying more so the listener. because people are looking, when they listen to the music, they act it out a lot of time. And like I said, especially if you got the children listening to the music, right? Then they don't know how to separate the two. Especially if, like I think we spoke about this a couple of shows ago. If the parents just letting them listen to it, they think, okay, this must be it, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna go to that's something you can check, the check off list of, okay, is this music cool,
Yeah, something to consider.
Right. So we'll go to 1 Corinthians right quick. 1 Corinthians 10. So 1 Corinthians, man, it like really, it strives to Paul's bringing levity, even though it's not talking about music, but it's speaking about our viewpoint on certain subjects where there's no particular law, right?
Right.
I don't think we have a law that states thou should not listen to this music, right?
Right.
And a lot of people's mindset is that where there's no law, there's no transgression.
Right.
So let's go through it. We ain't gonna read all of it, so I'm just gonna jump through, see what Paul states.
Okay.
1 Corinthians 10 and 12. All right, so I brought it up. It says, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. Right? So this is an admonishment when you read all the way through it, right? Of some of the things that crept into the children of Israel, when they got on the wrong side of God or the Most High, right? They got too comfortable. Are we getting too comfortable to where we like, well, I can listen to whatever? So Paul's like, don't think you too strong, or some of us may feel like, okay, I'm strong. I've been studying for a while. I got this. I got that. It says, I'm gonna read it again out his mouth. It says, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall, or lest she fall. Right? Because that's what I'm going to dive into some. Like I said, I don't criticize any other. Well, I do. Some of it, and as we're going to go into, some of it you just got to call a spade a spade.
Right.
But some of these things that, some of these songs or this music got a hidden agenda behind it spiritually. Right? And that's what Paul is warning us. And like I said, this was just on the mindset of guarding ourselves through temptation. Because the next verse is speaking about, I'm going to go ahead and read it because I didn't have it in. Verse 13 says, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So a lot of times I read this scripture, it's speaking about like a lot of times we try to, most people that don't have the full understanding of what it takes to keep that firm relationship with the Most High, they like to blame God for certain things that, bad situations that come in our life. Because that's what a lot of people go to this scripture for. But that's why he said, be careful within yourself to guard yourself from certain things, lest you get yourself wrapped up in the temptation. Now you got yourself into it. So it says, he won't put temptations on you that's too hard for you to bear. But what if you put a temptation on yourself that's hard to bear? Because you think you good and you straight and, I can do this and I can do that. Which we all have liberty, as we're going to read through. You got liberty to do whatever you want to do. But is it beneficial? Are you getting beside yourself spiritually? Did you forget about those temptations you were dealing with a couple months ago? Now you feel like you can dibble and dabble in this type of music or this, that, and the third? Because music is spiritual, as we just read. They referred to in that article. Like, Saul needed the music that David played to ease his spirit from certain grievances.
Yep.
So if it's done like that, that the one of the chief architects, one of the chief angels that was over music know how to use it for the left hand side to encourage and entice us with certain things within ourselves, and then you wondering why you feeling a certain type of way, or you having certain thoughts in your head. Did you consider this what Paul stated? Or did we?
Did we?
Oh, I can listen to it, man. I got this, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right.
They just slid a whole demon in your house or in your mind.
That's technically your house.
Now, and I say I'm just bringing this out to consider for all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna point something out because, like, I got a couple faves, and I'm like, but if you really in the mindset of the Spirit, right, and always considering, like Paul says, that at any time, if I'm not guarding my spirit, guarding my mind, guarding my space for no spiritual intrusions, you're gonna always be, cautious at least to consider, okay, could this be my stumbling block? All right, and that's what Paul is saying. All right, so I'm gonna jump down to 14. It says, "Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry." What's tied to a lot of this music, or what's going on in the music industry? Idolatry.
Boy.
Man, and like I said, one of the people that we're gonna point out, I'm almost ready to jump to that part of what we're gonna bring out, but we're gonna bring it out. But that's why and like I said, this revelation is coming right now, because a couple weeks ago at a Bible study, we were talking about the image of the beast. That's what they're promoting heavily in the music industry, is that image of the beast. Because with every artist, they have to prop up a what? Image. And with that image comes a spirit. And he says, flee idolatry. Right, saying this is just to consider, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Not condemning on one. I'm gonna keep on reading this. Keep this in your mind, right? Every time a person feel like, I got this, just remember what Paul stated in 1 Corinthians 10 and 12. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he stand take heed lest he fall. Right? So let's jump over to verse 20. He says, because I even was reading 18 and 19 of verse of chapter 10, which was cutting. It was cutting, man. You know, the one where it speaks about you can't eat at the table of the Most High and of the devil. Y'all hear that? So it's just for us to consider. Even the strong, right?
Yeah.
Are we eating at the table of the Most High and of the devil? And like I said, when I was reading it, because where a lot of you all are at, and listen to certain things, especially those things that has lyrics that go with it, and a tone to go with it. I don't know. I'm like, I'm good. I can listen, but I had to. I'm gonna consider these things as I go forward, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna get verse 20. It says, "But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils." And see, these are the things that we don't see. But some of it has come out, like was it A$AP Rocket?
Yeah.
With him and the other guy that was standing in the circle of the Pentagon.
Yeah.
What it was Pentagon?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It was the Pentagon. No,
Hexagon.
What do they call it? I don't know what they call it. The thing, the little star Moloch.
Yeah.
The little star Moloch. They call it Star of David in the community. So we ain't gonna go too far into that, but
right, yeah, it ain't even all about that. But I'm saying, but this is the thing though. We'll go into these things and then disregard them when it's when it's something we want to do.
Right.
Right. Dang. And like I said, this ain't no throwing no condemnation. This is something we like. We sitting over here like, dang. Like, did I consider this right? So it says
because a few of those things, I sometimes I didn't consider those. Like until this moment. Go ahead,
Yeah, he says.
I'm trying to. Go ahead.
So, and like I said, this is just to consider, right? It said the things that the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice the devil, not to God, and I would not that you should have fellowship with devils, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Ye cannot drink of the cup of the Lord and the cup of the devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils." Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than He? So this is the key thing, though. It says, "All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient."
Boy, that's my scripture right there.
All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not.
I actually went into that word expedient when I and that's why that's one of my favorite ones, because I use that one across the board. All things is lawful for me. Like, we can do it.
But is it expedient?
Is it expedient, or is it profitable? Is it profitable for us to do it? Like a man being the head of his household, even though he know he get the final say, not all the times it's gonna be profitable for you to have the final say. Consider.
All right. And so once again, I want people to feel like, man, y'all had me open up. No, like I said, we listen to some of the same things y'all listen to. Like, I think jazz is safe.
Yeah,
you know,
that's just a no.
Right, because a lot of times that's instrumentals, but
Yeah.
I think it's more so the lyrical content that we have to be mindful of and consider, and then just, you know, look at it with a magnifying glass. That's all. Because it's like, okay, is it expedient? Because I'm saying this because, like I stated, we know that this is speaking about meats and different things offered unto idols, but these, like our music supposed to be offered unto the Most High, their music is offered unto their God. Whether we want to say we stand, we strong or not, like, and then I'm constantly, please hear this part, and then we're wondering why is these certain thoughts so strong in my head?
Because we constantly drilling it with
Here it go right here. Watch this. We're gonna jump over to 1 Corinthians 15 and 33.
All right, let's see.
Got a few more, and then, like I said, we got a caller, and we're gonna hear his spiel. But I'm gonna run these right quick. Since I had already started, I wanted to get the callers in first. But this is why we have to be careful.
15:33.
Yes, sir. You all may be well familiar with this scripture, because that's what I'm saying. Like, because a lot of times we're letting our guard down, especially this scripture. I went into the Strongs on this scripture here. It speaks about, you know, this whole interaction. I said, when you're in that, like, music does something different to you. Music can change your mood, as this scripture is going to state. So the reason why I can do that, because a lot of time when we're listening to music, what are we typically doing? Trying to get in a certain mood. And if we're doing that, you're pretty much making yourself vulnerable for whatever's coming through those frequencies. Dang. And like I said, this is coming on the spot with y'all. Like, I'm getting this with y'all. So when we don't know what's attached to whatever, and like, when we think about it now, are we really positioning ourselves to be firm on this walk, not knowing what's coming through those frequencies? Like I said, you know, you probably like, I'm fasting, you know, I'm in the scriptures, I ain't missed the Shabbat and I don't know how long. Okay, why am I having certain thoughts or certain feelings and certain things like that? We don't know what's attached to these things. So watch this. 1 Corinthians 15:33. It says, "Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners."
I know I keep making a stank face, y'all, but it's just hitting different today for some reason.
Y'all hear that? Like, we have to be mindful. Now you can see why Paul stated that in what the first scripture we went to, Philippians. Whatsoever things are just, pure, just the things you want to think upon and meditate on, because what we allow in is what's gonna come out. Be not deceived, and that's why he stated that in chapter 10 as well.
The last comment.
Go ahead.
Appreciate y'all for correcting as well. The pentagram. That's what it was. The pentagram. It said them frequencies and hertz can get you no matter if the words are truth. And I know I know that to be true because producers do the same, just like artists pray over their music. Producers do the same thing. For example, you got David Banner.
Go ahead.
You got David Banner. David Banner, every time he go into a studio, he take his sage. He like, I don't know what spirits the last producer been dealing with, and do it. Throw his sage around the room and get into his mode and vibe and different things. Some other ones they do yoga and things before they even get the chance to play a beat. Others they smoke weed. That's what's going into a lot of some of these beats, and some of those things had to be considered.
All right, so we ain't gonna let that cat out because I know you had a very controversial. But
y'all stay tuned for that one.
So after this following show, we're gonna touch on that topic.
God.
For those that was involved with that post, we want to hear y'all, and like I said, we want to hear y'all now.
God.
I'm just giving y'all. This was for the wrap up, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna pause right here. Let's bring in the caller right quick.
All right.
We're gonna come back to that scripture, y'all. So y'all stick around.
All right, let's go. We got you in here, brother
Hebrew Harris. Get ready. We about to bring you in.
All right.
You can just do audio.
Let's see. We got you, man.
Can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
Okay. All right, we got you.
We can hear you, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Hebrew Harris. What's going on, man? What you have to say about this topic, man?
Shalom, everybody. I hope it's not delayed. I hope it doesn't delay me or anything.
No, you sound pretty good.
Everything
right
is
now.
fine.
Yeah, you're pretty good right now. We'll let you know. So go ahead. What you have to say about this topic, man?
You got some background noise, though. I know you got a lot of background noise. A little bit going on there. Still there, Mr. Harris?
Probably getting that together.
Okay, I had to switch my. Okay, can you all hear me fine now?
Yes, perfect.
It's a lot better.
Okay,
Like I said, if anybody else would like to speak, the link is up top. Call in or hit that link so you can come in. But go ahead, Hebrew Harris. What you got to say?
Okay, so I want to say shalom, everybody. Happy to be here. You all, the show is on point and everything. Yeah, this is a topic that I do feel that as we try to evolve and try to get deeper, in our spirituality, deeper in this truth or whatnot, sometimes we can have a foundation of the world or whatnot that tends to still, keep us somewhat connected in the world some. And we don't really even know that we haven't quite broken out of the way free of the world or its influences. I think that this was a major topic mainly because this was one of the key things as a Christian that I focused on. Now, of course, we know that we in the truth now and we've grown deeper or whatnot, but I was 19 years old. I'm 32 now, but I was 19 years old with the mindset that, man, from this day on, I'm not going to listen to rap anymore. I'm not going to eat pork anymore. And that was just, me 18, 19 years old, making that type of commitment. And then to say, man, it's going to be hard, but I'm going to take it day by day. That's why I say I just take it day by day. I can control the radio day by day. I can control the fort day by day and everything like that. And that was as a Christian. I was committed as a Christian, but I started to, dig even deeper and was able to come into the truth along the way. If I wasn't able to make that commitment, who knows what could have happened, if I would have just been wishy-washy or okay with certain things. Now, as far as me being able to focus in on the actual topic or whatnot, as far as music and its influences, what I tend to try to do, because I know that it's not just me, it's my atmosphere. It's not just my atmosphere, it's my kids and their atmosphere also. I have to be an example for my kids. I can't say, oh, I'm okay with listening to Drake. It doesn't persuade me a certain way when he talk about women dressing a certain way or this or that or whatever, or money, cars, and clothes, like what they always promote. Because I may have indirectly affected the mindset of my daughter or my son or whatnot. And that's the utmost importance to me as a parent. Like they're more special than what I can basically do for myself. Like they my pride and joy. Like I'll go through extra lengths for them than I would do myself, and therefore I have to make sure that my example as a father, as a parent, is perfect in their eyes, and I can't be indirectly listening to music and having that stuff um bring bring them down the wrong path or set them up to go down the wrong path, because we want the best for our kids. We want them to they always say, I want you to be better than me. I want you to have things that I never had. I want to try to set them up for that. So when I look at the artists, I look at their image, I look at their past, their history. A lot of times, those artists or whatnot, who of course like the rappers or whatnot, they'll have some type of image that they portray, and you can kind of like go off of that, analyze like their walk in this world or whatever. They walk for the Most High. They walk. Period. Are they? Do they have 666 on their forehead? Do they? Or do they have any? Media attention that they raped up somebody, or that they abuse somebody, or that they kill people or something like that, because that's what they promote in their music. That's what rap has always promoted, pretty much. Like it's hard to find something that has a really good positive image in the genre of rap specifically. So that kind of like has just been corrupted altogether for the most part. But that's what I tend to look at. I look at those things, and I've been looking at it for like a decade now. So I tend to try to myself personally just give music that is either a positive example or no words at all. And I say positive example, we talk about truth music. We talk about something that's more so on a positive note, that has a artist that it derived from, that doesn't have like no satanistic background or whatnot, no devil worshiping music right here, and then they want to turn around and make a Christian song or a true song. No, that's not going to really work, because just like how you all pointed out, you can't sit at the table of the Most High and of the devil. Let those people show a consistency day in and day out for some long period of time before we actually, let them in to our atmosphere, our children's atmosphere, or put our faith in them as far as like the things that we're going to be listening to. Because we can put on a song, some of our favorite truth music or whatnot, some of those artists, and sometimes we may not even hear all of the words, that come out, but we know that they have, been consistent for the most part. And yeah, we may catch something, maybe offer something, and maybe like, oh man, I didn't know that he had kind of like include that. But for the most part, we can give them the benefit of the doubt, that we can kind of like let them in and just be able to listen to them, like relax, use them for relaxation or Sabbath or anything like that, day to day or whatnot, study time with our kids, just relaxing and just being able to let those people in. But we can't do that with every artist. Every artist, we're going to have to listen to each one of those songs and filter through their lyrics and everything. So therefore, I just say, man, forget the rap and forget anything that has like, is derived from those people, because it's just too hard. So I'll just listen to the lofi, like I put in there, or chill hop if people want to listen in, or try to, try that stuff out or whatnot. It's just instrumentals. And yeah, you can get jazz chill hop or jazz lofi or lo-fi. You'll be able to
so let me ask you this question, Let me ask you. So you don't like my music, huh?
The truth music, I listen to.
Hold on, wait. He said anything that derives from the rap.
No.
So you don't like my music, huh?
No, I said like that rap. Nah, truth music is different, man. Like that's all I said. Like the rap. Let me be more specific. Then let me be more specific, because I'm going off of my comment. I'm assuming people gonna look at the comment. I said truth music that has the words of the Most High in it is different than just the worldly music that promotes oneself or promotes like basically promotes Satanism and stuff. So I was just going off of my comments or whatnot that I made.
I'm messing with you, Ak. I had to get you, man. I had to get you. I had to smoke one in.
So let me ask you this. So you don't before we keep going, right? He said put on the hot seat.
Mhm.
But so you're not a fan of like the oldies but goodies, what they call them. You don't deal with that neither.
When it comes to, like I said, like it'll have to be a filtration process. Going off the people image and everything like that. Like, and you know me personally, I do like stories on Facebook, or I do like my videos or whatnot, and I'll include something like positive or something like that. Let's just say if I'm in the garden or something, or doing like a clip of my garden or my things that I'm harvesting or something like that, I may put something I may put something innocent, just a portion of the song or whatnot like that, but it'll still be you. It'll still be from somebody who didn't have like no, evil image or no thug type image and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they just
Even in
out here
those
on
little
file
clips
and
and stuff.
stuff.
Right, and we're gonna touch on that, right? So we definitely appreciate that's your honesty. You told your
Mm-hmm.
truth, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure you're not the only one that keeps that mindset because, like I stated earlier, it's like with music, you want to be able to let your guard down
Yeah, and I want to
because
just one
go ahead.
final comment before I leave, and I just wanted to basically just kind of like pose a question, like, because we wouldn't eat pork one time, you won't eat a little bit of pork, you wouldn't even sit there and be really really close to a plate would have pork on it. If you know that they have pork and stuff like that, you would try to stay as far away from that stuff as possible, you know. And sometimes I tend to look at that not just out for that plate of pork, but for everything that contains, some type of like sin or something like that, because we don't know the standards of the Most High. Yeah, we can assume the things that we're doing is leading us on the right track, but the only thing that we have to be able to really rely on is the Bible and the scriptures. This world can have a lot of different music and stuff out there. We don't know if it's the standards of the Most High or not. So what I try to do the best I can is try to make sure that if it's something that I'm listening to on a regular basis or something like that, that it's not pulling away from, the godliness that the Most High want me to try to have and try to continue to, get better in and stuff
And
along the
that
way.
And that was something that I thought about, like when you was talking about the pork. That had clicked for me too. Right when you had said it, when you was talking about when you put away the pork, and then you put away all the rap music and all of that stuff at the same time. You kind of threw it all into one pot, and it had that same thing just kind of clicked for me right now. Like some music that maybe that's secular, can be considered as pork. It was like that's something to consider.
Right, and like I said, once we go through these
Yeah.
last few scriptures, we're going to see clearly. So we definitely appreciate that point, man. Hey, man, as usual, you always bring some good points, brother. Stick around,
Praises.
man, and get ready to round this thing off.
Thank
Shalom,
you,
everybody.
Hebrew Harris.
Oh yeah, I'm on.
So we got sister said I think maybe we had to get because I think we was thinking about getting more in depth with the frequencies and the hertz. So sis, we might have to reach out to you. Send us an email at coeent12. Look like you did your research and your homework on that aspect of music. She says the 440 hertz standard since 1935 is part of a war on the consciousness, leading to musical cult control. So,
You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna look into that.
yeah, we're gonna do a show on that. Sis, you email us, we may bring you in, and hey, gonna touch on that.
Yeah, that's something serious.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's something deeper going on with the music. Like I said, we're not here to condemn because where there's no law, there's no transgression, right? But the only thing is, even with those that believe that they're strong, is it expedient? Is it expedient? Is it helping you get closer? Or even, is it that one thing? Is it something within the frequencies that you're allowing yourself and believing that we stand and that we good? That's that one stumbling block that you can't see that's hindering you from getting over that hump. And that's for all of us to consider, right?
Hey, look, we got a new hashtag. Hashtag pork-based music.
Ock Marcus. I think he's out there in the Carolinas, right? Ock always coming through supporting the show, man. Shalom, Ock.
Oh, man, that's going to be the hashtag. Ock, we running that all week. Hashtag no pork-based music.
Right. And hopefully we can identify the
pork-based music.
through this. So, but keeping in mind, right? Like we read in 1 Corinthians 15 and 33, it says, "Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manner." So I had looked into that communication. So I'm going to every aspect, but one thing that's coming to my mind, it says, it's pretty much saying like when you're the communication that it's speaking about, it's like intercourse or intimacy with your mental. So if we're constantly flooding our mental mindset with things that we have to constantly filter through for the sake of we just want to listen to it. Wow.
Look, and that goes all the way back to the broadcast, the volume of the music. Why some people choose to, listen to some of the music that they continue to listen to. Like even myself, it's like, is it just for the beat? Is it just because of how it make you feel? And it's like,
and like you said, how it make you feel, because that's what it says. This communication, when you look into the strong, it says it's an exchange of thoughts and feeling.
Mm.
And that's what we're going through when we listen to music.
100%.
You're opening yourself up to whatever this person has to say.
100%. Because like when you do listen to music, you're not just listening to it just to catch a vibe. Like, it's something about this person that you admire. That's a whole nother conversation, but it's something about them that you admire and that you look up to, and you find yourself in them or in the words that you hear from them.
So keep that one in mind too. We're getting ready to
in it.
yeah, we're getting ready to wrap it up. So this is the next topic. Let's pull all the pictures up, man.
All right, let's
man, y'all get ready for this. Now, some of y'all might love these particular artists that we're gonna pull up here, or did love. First? We're gonna go to one of my.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna kick it off in the order it is. Yeah, these guys here.
All right.
What do we have here? Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think we spoke on them before, all right? But look at this album cover. They even got the sorcerers.
Yeah, the rod and the serpent rod.
From Ikea.
Yeah. Boy, they got our menorah in there trying to put us into their wickedness.
What's going on here, family?
The wood, the Horus.
What frequency they on? And we're gonna pull this one back up when we go into the scripture. When you see this, is it okay? Right? And I'm not just pointing this out at y'all. I love me some Earth, Wind, and Fire music, man.
Y'all excuse me.
Man, I'm talking about the melodies, the man.
It's like they like that's close to chill hip hop, like not chill hip hop, but like some chill music that I can sit back to and I can work all day and just throw this stuff on repeat. Cause I know albums from this time, let me put that back up. Albums from this time, you play that thing from beginning to end. 8 tracks were bomb for its time because every one of them you could play from the beginning to the end. You ain't had to change nothing. But now we see different.
It's like, man. And like I said, this is not a condemnation. Like I've constantly stated that. I always have to say that because, you have one to say, brothers condemn it. No, and I'm not trying to come against anybody's liberty or anything like that. But dang, like, look at this. You see the cover, though. Mm-hmm. Like sis said, reasons. What else? what it is, Groove. I think I don't know the name of it, but Boogie on Down. You know that joint?
Yeah.
Man, don't even do it. Right? So we're gonna get the jamming in here.
Right.
And the list goes on of hits. Let's keep going. Let's go to the next.
Oh boy. Alright. Oh. I think I went the wrong way.
Right there.
Right there.
Somebody look at this. If somebody could type in the chat, what's going on? What do you see as like, okay, that's a little bit, due to you knowing what you know, what's alarming about this picture? Read it. Let me see if you know. Is it anything wrong with this picture? That's Groove. That's it, right? But anything wrong with this picture?
Oh snap! It's another thing I just saw. Outside of that one thing,
I didn't see that.
once they
Look
make
at, she
this,
said that
yep,
evil board.
Yep, that's one. Yep. Sammy Davis Jr. played Lucifer. Wow. And see, I wouldn't even like if I got famous, I wouldn't dare play a devil nothing.
But you gotta play the role.
But see, look at the title of the I guess it's a single, right? This is a single?
I think it is a single.
Look at the title of the single.
Yeah, I saw that too. It said "Blood on the Dance Floor."
But look at his outfit.
Symbolism all day.
Symbolizing that. Come on. Somebody's, I don't know who it was. It probably was himself that he knew that he, like, him being who he is, being a dancer, always on the dance floor, was gonna get spilled. But that's speculation. I yield.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, these are songs and things we was raised up on. Like, it's almost, let's be honest, it's almost hard to be that now. And like I said, from this show, everybody gonna do what they want to do, and we not here to be the judge. But is it safe to say, like even me, do I plan on going to listen to another Michael Jackson song? It's like, regardless of what we're seeing, is it something that's like, no, I ain't gotta let that go? Is it something that we should, push against within our mind that got us so attached to this music? Especially thinking about what the sister just brought out. We're going to definitely have to do that show. You're going to have to come through and drop them jewels with us, and we're going to research it too. Let's go to the next one.
It's slick, make it hard.
Right.
Because it's like,
it ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just music. But look at this, though. Look at that. What's going on here, family?
A whole circus going on. Like, what is all this stuff saying? Like, you gotta, can I zoom in? Nah, I'm gonna have to download the picture or something to zoom in.
Can y'all see that okay? But look at all this.
Like, they got 1,001 different things. Like, remember those little, what do they call them? Like, I Spy books that they used to have in elementary school and stuff.
And I'm just noticing, why is the little girl
holding an old demon head?
But
and
she's
stuff.
nude, though.
Oh, come on, Mike.
Did we just...
Come
Look at this,
on.
Mike.
Come on, Mike.
Yeah, the all-seeing eye over there. Skull and bone right there.
You got bubbles at the top.
Whole bunch of stuff going on here.
Lord have mercy. What is this? A dog and a bird?
It's a whole bunch of, and I'm guaranteeing it's a dog meaning behind everything.
Oh
and
man, we moving on from
I
this.
just
It's
saw
crazy.
it and I'm like, this I already knew. I looked at it once before, but I wasn't diving all into it. I'm like, something's not right here. And you see, it got dangerous. So if you enter into this album, it's dangerous.
Ah, yeah. Is that a goat up there? Right there beside the peacock? I guess I if I'm talking about it, I'm gonna let y'all see it because it looked like a goat or a ram. Is that a ram?
Where about? Over here?
Right, yeah, you see the peacock up there? Right to the left.
Yeah, I didn't see that. They're like a whole demon.
It's like if somebody if a lot of people was in their right minds when people decided to come
Stop
out
the cap.
That just came out of nowhere.
because it is a lot of capping what they got going on. Let me move this board out the way. If people, when they interview artists like Mike and different things like that, and ask them, hey, what does this cover mean? You know, they more ask them about their music and they give like a brief overview and stuff, but some of these covers be out of
This
this
needs to
world.
be explained right here.
You got some splaining to do.
As big as he was idolized in the world, man. So, and this ain't no hatertree. This is just like, what? And like I said, just to consider, like, and we're gonna get this scripture. Pull up the Earth, Wind, and Fire one again. We're gonna read this scripture.
All right.
Y'all should know where I'm going with it. 1 Thessalonians 5:22. Boy.
Shoot, it ain't no telling that somebody said is that another child to the far right.
That is another child over there. At least they got their clothes on. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Standing on
like
Butler's head.
it was like a skeleton. It was a boned skeleton behind it, though. Like, it was so much that needs to be explained. Like I said, he's gone from what we know. It's Earth, but
the only person he explaining that to is the Most High now.
Right, but check this out. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:22. It said, abstain from all appearances of evil. So we have a cover that, you know, we don't deal with the all-seeing eye and things like that. The under there. All those different things. Like, are we to abstain from these things? Like I said, we all have liberty, right? These are just things to consider, right? When we, on our playlist. Because I think I was listening to some old school music. And, I had been listening to this song for a while. I think I was talking to somebody. Or I said it on the show, one of these broadcasts. And I was just listening to it. And one day I just caught what the man was saying. He was talking about how he was cheating on his wife with his friend's wife.
That I think that was a show. I think that was a show you're speaking down.
So, give it, wrap it up. So the thing is, we have to just consider these things, family. Even in your liberty, because I spoke to one of my ox, he gave some words of wisdom, pretty much stating it's no one size fit all, right? I think as closer as we get to the time that's ahead, just examine it a little bit more. Definitely with some of the principles we talked about. We all like our different types of music, right? Man. It's like, do we need to, filter out that playlist now? Look at some of those album covers. Maybe that'll help you. We're not here to tell anybody to throw everything out, but just consider.
That's the point of the show today, is just to consider.
Even us, we gonna go back and consider, man. We learned something too. So, what type of music do you like? Now.
Right. But go ahead.
Maybe we'll value truth music a little bit more. And that's one of the things we wanted to talk about too. Like, is it seeing that we have to be on our guard with certain type of music that we like? Should we pigeonhole truth music artists to just, dropping, throwing scriptures at you or bringing forth a lesson? It should be okay for truth music artists to do a step song, a song that's more turn up with a vibe song that you're used to in the world, but it's for the Most High. So y'all give us some feedback if you wanna, help us get those genre points for the truth. Send us some emails. But this has been the show,
Hey, make sure y'all like, comment, as everybody else is doing, and subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. And y'all already know. Tell somebody that TBT Radio just went live.
And before I state mine, Sister Cam said, we got to talk more about this because we some music lovers. And we love some music. But like I said, just all we ask is, if you're going to use your liberty, be careful with it. If you know you're struggling with something, and there's a small possibility that it could be other things too. Could be the movies we watch. I think that's something y'all gonna be going into, or we're gonna be going into the movies, And obviously we see that the music can be one of those things, along with other gates that's entering into your space. So just be mindful. So with that, we're gonna pray on it, and we're gonna stay on it.
Shalom, Maya.
Oh boy.
My father would kill me if he knew I was out with a boy tonight. I told him I was going to church.
The Lord is good.
Why don't you come on over here and sit down and relax a little bit?
Okay.
The enemy make a living watching souls die. She can see the difference from her own eyes, cause she not used to not having somebody around. Don't know how to spend her alone time, so she looking for the next thing, but the flesh is never satisfied, That's when Satan started strategize, bringing all these guys. Now you caught up in these soul ties, cause you deserve to be a wife, but you rather settle for one that won't treat you right. You rather him pursue you more than he pursuing Christ. Ignoring all the signs, you risking eternal life. That's life, I said twice, you dimming your light. For a comment and like a caption where he writes that you are his type. You pray and keep it posted on his page overnight, cause when you living in that sin, that's your appetite, Now you hitting up your girls for advice, but they speaking from their flesh. They ain't telling you what's right, telling you to grab his debit card and just swipe. But that's another fight, you don't wanna pay the price for it, but you enticed. Feel like you entitled, see the world black and white, but you won't acknowledge when you let them hit, that's where you strike. Forgot about your faith and you been walking by your side.